go. Anybody wanna be ET? Man, y'all can't see me. Out of my league, you pee-wee. Pockets too big, Rakishi. Pockets too big, they sumo. Pulling card like Uno. Flip like Pluto. You act too culo.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Get up there in the bed.
Here you go, man.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Second down, Rivers. Finds an opening past the 40. Wide open receiver complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
Right, that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rivers now on 2nd down. Sets up the screen to Gordon. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They just got that play off. Now Rivers. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Really? You give me a possession, all right? No problem.
Good.
You finished.
You finished for what?
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Anthony Lynn sensing the play clock running out. Will call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
You know you want to come in here and jump on the game. It don't work like that. I'll disconnect you. You're not going to make a monkey out of me.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Henry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now Gordon on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Smith. Going underneath for Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going to the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. Flushed out right. And this is hauled in by Williams for a Charger touchdown. Tyrell Williams, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A try here for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. He juked him. And now running right through it. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
It's hard to stay mad at a player who fights for yardage, even if it's not successful. But on this play, I'm just looking at what the defense did. We always talk about gang tackling and getting more people to the football. How about the job they did there, the discipline they had? No matter how hard he fought, more and more people showed up and helped create that big loss of yardage there. That's the kind of play that the defense gets excited about.
And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play here for Dallas. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. A 1st down carry by Elliott. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Stepping up. And the Cowboys are in the end zone for the touchdown. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Okay.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7.
That's what I think you were long way.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. To play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. There's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down. clocks only up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I can't even enjoy my own birthday, man. I gotta go to on my birthday. You can't even go and let me enjoy myself. There
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
That's a problem. Yeah, I know. You see it go right to where I was, did it? Right downtown, yeah. That what you said?
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
I can't tell. I can't tell.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. 3rd down here.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Play action now. Rivers eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
Say what you need to say, man. Say what you need to say.
Focus. I'm not talking to you while you're in the game. I ain't about that. That's just like talking to myself.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10.
You need to quit acting like a fool and talking like a fool. That's what you need.
Following the interception, here's Prescott escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw. That's caught at the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. Final play of the half. Prescott. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper as time expires in the 1st half. And the Cowboys are in for 6. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They show great poise, understanding the situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Extra point splits the uprights. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
To the fullest. You think I just set up and everything right?
What's right?
You just They don't set up to that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, I don't know what you're talking about.
I know, it's like that all the time.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
I think that now 6 all the time.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of 45. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second down, Elliott. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Might as well get rid of getting left outside by myself because you ain't gonna stay and get it.
Well, you gotta go outside.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try to throw down. Prescott. That is incomplete.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Prescott from the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw on second down. Rivers rolling to his left. Man open left side. It's Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going. Find a way to get everything kick-started. As you noted, he has only touchdown, so he's had the most success in the game thus far.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
A second down throw for Rivers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Rivers now. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just really lead the game out that way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
It's my last play.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll try to sweep with Elliott. Breaks a tackle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Football and picked up by the Chargers, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 40. Rivers now after the fumble recovery. And right side, Henry's got it. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Rivers. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger 1st. Rivers now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They go play action here on 1st down. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. 1st down, Rivers. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Hurry up! Throwing, Rivers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They'll run with Elliott. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown is over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
46.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
46.
Well, Prescott here to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it on the other side, is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who's really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And